Hey everyone, Haz here. Welcome back to another war video. This one's war number 10. This war we're facing LVT, and I'm going to be on path 8 in section 1. So this war is mainly going to be a Vox war. We got one Iron Man fight as well, but primarily just going to be all Vox fights, which I really like, and I hope you guys like as well. I've been using Shield a lot this season, and so it's nice to have a bit of a break and use Vox. Up here we got this Jabari Panther. Pretty much a diversity placement. There isn't much going on here in terms of nodes. She isn't tactic or anything like that, so it's pretty much just putting on a wags and then comboing her until she dies, essentially. In most of my fights with Vox, I think I explained this before, but I'm just going to be using special ones just because the degens deal so much damage. So you can see how quickly Vox gets up the tactic. That makes him one of the best tactic champs, probably the best if you are just looking at the clarity by itself. But yeah, we don't need it for this fight. It will come into play later though in a different fight, which is really nice to have. Going for a special one here. She's already down to like half health even before the degen start ticking, so I know that from one cycle she's definitely gonna go down. I'm playing pretty passive here. I should have been playing a bit more aggressive to make sure that it killed, but I think I was kind of like, yeah, she's probably just gonna die from that one cycle anyway, so ended up being fine. Next up here we got this Mysterio. This one is a tactic fight, so you know, having clarity up is important. The great thing about Vox though is you can push Mysterio to special 2, and if you also have a special 2, then you can pretty easily just ignore his gas ability, which is just he has a chance to miss and he inflicts power drain. Vox is immune to power drain, and with vigilance he bypasses miss, so you essentially just ignore that entire special 2 like special ability, which is really nice. And because Mysterio can't reflect red damage, even if you bait special ones, just drop a special one with your degens and they won't get reflected either, so here's a really good Mysterio counter. The only thing in this fight is because it's got personal space Fury, you got to be careful not to build too many Furies or else he'll start getting passive Furies as well, and then he can deal some really big damage, especially if he can just pull a heavy out of nowhere, which he usually does. So I just want to end this as quick as possible really. You can see I'm being pretty aggressive, baiting out this last heavy to make sure it kills. So, still a decent fight, but a bit scary if you're not too careful with the Fury management there. Moving on here into section 2, I've got one Iron Man fight. This is on path 6. I've got a Bishop here. This is, I kind of messed this up a little bit. I mean, it's hard to mess up Iron Man vs Bishop because he's just so tanky and so good for Bishop, but somehow I end up just messing it up a bit. But it's still fine, like it's nowhere near dying, it's just make a couple of small mistakes. So here I'm going to chuck on some boosts, just because I like putting on boosts, makes me feel a little bit more comfortable in fights. Of course, I think I'm deciding which ones to put on. So I decided on a 12% tech, and then I think I put on I don't put anything else. Okay, that's fine. The main plan here is just to spam special ones. Normally with Iron Man you'll know that you go special 2 first to build your armors and then get into arc reactor, but because we're facing an opponent with prowess, we don't really need to do that. We can just spam special ones to build armors that way, by removing prowess. On this node he starts with a 200% prowess, so we've got to be mindful of that and just try and remove it as quickly as possible, which we do here successfully. You can see we're already at 10 armors. I kind of wanted to bait special ones because you can get a pause, but special 2 it is, and I know you can get a pause of special 2 as well, but I don't know, I just decided to block it. And then I actually get hit by the end of it. I have no idea how that happened. I didn't try to dex out of it or anything. I just apparently dropped my block. It does like no damage though, so it's fine. Just gonna, you know, try and keep our armors up here, get to arc reactor, and then we can just do some big damage. Get on some more armor breaks, hold block to bait a dash, and then go in with a final combo into a relic. So it's fine, not too messy, but you know, still not the best Iron Man fight you've ever seen. Moving on here, we got this Spider-Man. This is a pretty simple fight. I've taken this fight before, but I took it with Shield, and Shield's a really good option because you can just melt champs that bleed really quick with her. But with Vox here, it's a bit of a different strategy. I mean, we're still going to not be baiting special ones, but we won't be able to melt them as quick because we've got to ramp a little bit. So first order of business is just to try and get the tactic up, so we're going for a few dexes here to try and convert into corrupted buffs to get clarity up more quickly, because as soon as we can ignore the tactic, this fight is a lot easier. You can see here now we're just really trying to anti-bait that special one, because if he throws it, he can go unblockable if he don't dex it, and then it's just a bad time because he gets all the prowess and everything. So yeah, here we throw a special one as planned, and he's got a few degens taken away. He's below half again, which is really nice. So now we're just going to be super aggressive, make sure we finish this as quick as possible, and he goes down. So yeah, really simple fight. Vox is pretty good for just nuking down these fights, even though you have to ramp your corrupted buffs a little bit. Just being able to kind of go in, throw a special one, and that's kind of it, is really nice. Last up here, we got this future Ant-Man on Stunning Reflection. This is also not too bad. In my plan, I wrote that I would just dex and then throw a special one when the armor fell off, and then just kind of maintain my degens. Because my Vox is awakened, I get to pause my degens by hitting into his block, which gives me a little bit more power, but you don't really need to do that, just because the degen cycle already gives you enough power. So here we're just dexing, and then here I dex. I didn't realize the armor hadn't expired, so that could have been really bad. If we got a little bit less lucky, we wouldn't have placed the degens. But I watched a video of this fight. Someone in my alliance did this, and they actually did it without degens because they got really unlucky and it glanced. So it's still doable with just basics, but it's nice that my basics, that my degens didn't glance, and so I was able to still apply them and get power. But the base idea of this fight is pretty simple. It's just Vox, just doing Vox things, having good damage and everything else. Here I don't decide to wait it out, I guess because I don't know why I didn't wait it out. That was a bit stupid, but anyway, you'd think I learned from my first mistake, but apparently not. I think I kind of knew at this point that we had got him a decent way down, that we could still combo him and no worries there. The trick is you want to let your degens expire and then throw your special one, because otherwise if you throw two while the degens are up, then you'll lose degens and you'll lose power, so you won't be able to throw another special. So just waiting them out gives you the most degen. So yeah, that's all for today. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.